And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You know, just a thought of going to bed at midnight, getting up at 3:30, and the show today, I think we put a lot of information together. And I think I was able to stay focused for the most part. And I think I know for a fact, we have broke down the 6th district as well as anybody, probably better than anybody. I know what you think out there, because if you were here earlier in the show, I said we had to revert to, the big guy, Rush Limbaugh. But actually, where the 6th district's concerned, I guarantee you, I have it pinned better than Rush. Sorry, Rush, no disrespect. I wouldn't do you wrong, but I know I have this district pinned better than you, because you watch today at noon. He will give you some general things that I'm saying here on the show. Okay, Rush, anything you want, take it. Just take it. Use it. You're the big guy, use it. Whatever you need. All right, that being said, finally, lawmakers. And what gets me is, for those that feel I need a hearing aid, yeah, those are plural. Yeah, there's a couple of you out there, I know who you are. I know who you are. But those that consistently say you need a hearing aid, what I hear when people talk resonates with me different. I break things down different because I love politics. I absolutely love politics. I understand. I understand. I love politics. Now, lawmaker. A lot of people don't. I don't know what they were doing in the 11th grade, 10th grade, 12th grade. I don't know why they couldn't multitask, party a little as a senior, and pay attention. I don't know why. Anybody at that age can multitask. You can get your party on and pay attention. Your representatives are AKA lawmakers. Oh, hell, you say. Really? Yes. Now, we don't have time in the show to go through what lawmakers do. That would be your local representative. That would be your 9th district, your 6th district that we're talking about. Lawmakers. Lawmakers. They make the law. Guess what happens then? We'll just run it through the factory to speed things up. Then you have this crazy thing called the Supreme Court. The founding fathers, they put this executive, they put this legislative, and then they rolled right in the Supreme Court, right? There you go. So you have lawmakers, legislative. I have to say it's slow for some of them, especially out there in California or in sanctuary cities. Lawmakers for you in sanctuary cities. Representatives. They make the laws. Fast forward, the Supreme Court tests them for legality. Now, somebody will send me a message, make fun of the way I presented that, but they'll never get into that is the fact. That's the general statement. Lawmaker, Supreme Court, we make the laws over here. President signs it into law. They create the law. He signs it into law. Then it'd get challenged by states, get challenged by organizations, individuals. The law may get challenged. And we got this crazy thing, the Supreme Court, that tests the law that the lawmakers made. So here is a man. This is why this is not out of the Republican playbook. This is what the Republicans better pay attention to, because America loves everything about this, what was said. This is Homeland Security Secretary Kelly. Play the tape, turn it up.
Well, thanks very much, Frank. And President Knapp, thanks for the kind words as well. For too long, the men and women of my department have been political pawns. They've been asked to do more with less and less and less. In many ways, similar to the treatment suffered by our law enforcement over the past few years, they are often ridiculed and insulted by public officials and frequently convicted in the court of public opinion on unfounded allegations testified to by street lawyers and street spokespersons. If lawmakers do not like the laws that we enforce, that we are charged to enforce, that we are sworn to enforce, then they should have the courage and the skill to change those laws. Otherwise, they should shut up and support the men and women on the front lines. My people have been discouraged from doing their jobs for nearly a decade, disabled by pointless bureaucracy and political meddling, and suffered disrespect and contempt by public officials who have no idea what it means to serve.
All right, let's go back. Public officials, no idea what it means to serve. I'm going to tell you, Sam, don't lose that video. That has to be a reminder video from time. I mean, just go ahead and put it in some box that you keep somewhere or a folder that you have hidden away for stuff that... Create a folder today called BKP said never lose this, okay? We got a deal? Yeah. All right, that's a deal. Because, folks... This is the strongest statement. They are missing when they talk about America is tuning out Donald Trump. Lie, lie, lies. All lies. America is not. Wisconsin is not. Snap-on Tool is not. They know who's not supporting the president. They know it's Congress. They know it's the Senate. They know. Donald Trump will not be blamed. He's trying to fulfill the promises he made during the campaign. He's making the efforts to do it, okay? Making the efforts to do it, trying to fulfill the promises, and Congress, the lawmakers, don't have the courage. Let's say that one more time. The lawmakers. Let's quit saying Congress, all right? Let's call them the lawmakers. The lawmakers that put the laws in effect, that a president one day signed, that got tested to the Supreme Court. The lawmakers do not have the courage to support President Donald Trump and the mandate it was given to him on election night to fulfill the campaign promises he made to his voters. That's who doesn't have the courage. It's not Republicans are distancing themselves. Let me tell you something. Let's make this clear. Every damn time you hear Republicans are distancing themselves from Donald Trump, keep in mind, Republicans are distancing themselves from the people that elected Donald Trump, and you better be careful with that, folks, because they'll come out again because they're not going to blame Donald Trump. You see, they don't blame Donald Trump for Obamacare. They blame Congress for not changing it and repealing it. They don't blame Donald Trump for not getting the tax reform through yet. They blame Congress. They know. They don't blame Donald Trump for not getting the wall built or started because they don't have funding. They blame you. And if you think you're going to campaign for 1 minute and say, well, we didn't appropriate the funds because Donald Trump told us Mexico would pay for it and we're going to be good stewards of the taxpayers' money. Bull! Bull! Put the money out there. Donald will come through and show you on the books how Mexico will pay for it. Don't have time for that. So I didn't mean to get worked up. But Kelly, let me tell you something. Their people on the border have been used as political pawns. Political pawns. They ridiculed the border people, the law they're trying to enforce. The people that are trying to enforce the law, remember lawmakers? They have been ridiculed by public officials, okay? If you, lawmakers, don't like the law, that's the system, that's the republic for which it stands, one nation. Oh, by the way, under God, I'm not going to do the whole thing. If you don't like the law, have the courage to change the law. Have the courage. Don't ridicule my people. Don't use them as political pawns in your election. They're enforcing the law you made. My people have been discouraged for a decade. Oh, hell, what happened in a decade? Oh, Obama, 8 years. 8 years. My people have been discouraged for almost a decade. not to enforce the law that lawmakers make. So there you go. That's my wrap up. You heard it from General Kelly. So let me say this. Don't let, please listen to me close on this one. Don't let your congressman, the lawmaker, tell you how upset he is. Now, we don't have the time to go into it, but General Kelly goes on to talk about what's crossing the southern border and how also, I hope you didn't miss this, General Kelly also goes on to say that Al-Qaeda terrorists are teaming up with drug cartels. Oh, no, say it's not so. A terrorist, ISIS terrorist, is teaming up with drug cartels. And the next possible attack on this country could come across the southern border through terrorists joining arms with drug cartels. Huh. And we can't build the wall. Well, the wall won't stop a rocket launcher. Okay, we can't build the wall. Do not let another congressman look at you. Then you look at what Kelly said about drugs and what's coming across that border. Don't let another congressman tell you he's concerned about him or her or concerned about terrorism. Don't let another congressman tell you they're concerned about terrorism that may be joining up with ISIS and becoming a team to attack us from our southern border. Don't let another congressman stand in front, or a woman, whatever, stand in front of you and tell you that there has to be something done with the opiate addiction, the heroin that's coming across, the cocaine that's coming across that border. Don't let them tell you again. You understand? I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I enjoyed being here. You know, when I first got up, I told you we started the show. I didn't want to come out today. I really didn't, because I know what the media is going to do. I know how things are going to be spun today concerning this election, but I had to do it. I know, folks, never fear. I know there's Democrats and Republicans out there, but you can make it. I promise you can. Always pick up the Reagan Library, go through a couple nice clips in here, read the day that Ronald Reagan got up at Reykjavik and walked off from Gorbachev. Oh, that'll pick you up, okay? Go to the Reagan Library like I did, spend the day, get into your hat collection, have fun, and talk to the guys and the men and women that change the oil in the car. Those are the kind of people you ought to hang out with. I'm your host, BKP. It's time for the Katie Sassine Show. Take us away, Sam.
ACE is your